stop me from thinking about this movie for the rest of the year. So,
well, to be fair, we are like at the end of the year, and this is the Waffle Press podcast. Hello, everyone. Hey, sorry, you guys ready? I was just gonna jump into this one because I got excited.
Get ready,
right.
ready for this.
Yeah. Let's fucking do it. I'm your host, Diego Crespo. With me is my co-host, Gina Versa, and I'm just gonna jump to it. Also, Brandon Swafford.
Hey, how's you guys doing? Thank you so much for having me. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy
Christmas.
Happy holidays to you guys too. It's been too long.
It's a very Venom Christmas part 3.
Again.
3 years running.
Never stop.
Except that 1 year we didn't do that.
Yeah, and that was a mistake because now America's got Venom fever. And we here on the podcast have Brandon fever. It's not like COVID, so it's cool. That would be bad. It's the opposite of COVID. Brandon, we'll talk about what Gene and I have been up to. What have you been up to? Like, what can you legally talk about? I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah, don't want those NDAs coming out.
No, that we're good. I've been good. I've been super busy working. Working on Bob's Burgers right now. That's a lot of fun. Learning a lot. Working with awesome people. What's up? Working with them virtually. Hope to see them in person soon, safely. We'll see. And also doing some freelance stuff. I'm still trying to do YouTube again. But you know how YouTube is when you don't put as many videos out at once, they'll punish you.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Like an algorithm. We know it.
We are aware. Yeah. Like that's why we try to do like jokey clickbait titles once in a while, So like the title of this podcast will be A Very Venom Christmas 3. Like that's nothing, but like whatever. All of our listeners listen on SoundCloud and Spotify anyway. So thank you to all the listeners for that holiday cheer. Are you on the Bob's Burgers movie? Can you say?
I'm not.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just super excited about that one. So
yeah, it's fine if I say that. Yeah, I'm not on it. I want to be on it. I hope they give me something to do for it, but no, I'm not on it.
Well, we can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good, and that's all I'll say. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, so we will be talking about Venom 3 and our hopes that it's a Christmas movie. Other favorite Christmas movies, of course, that we like to bring up on here. Just a quick sidebar: the Krampus, Michael Dougherty's Krampus, which we're big fans of here on the podcast, got an unrated new version with unseen footage so far.
Really?
And I guess so I got to check that out. If anybody wants to get me a Christmas present, there you go. And we're also going to talk about movies that should have sequels that are set on Christmas, which seems to be pretty relevant given a film's release this weekend at the time of recording. It's not a spoiler to say that it like ends on Christmas, right?
No,
Spider-Man. Right?
I mean, there's a tree. There's a Christmas tree there. So
yeah.
No, it's not a spoiler.
Yeah, it's like the Nice Guys. Like the Nice Guys doesn't take place on Christmas, but it ends with Christmas trees in the background. Yeah. Same
with Toy Story. That ends on Christmas. It's not a Christmas movie, but you could say it kind of is. So it happens.
It would be a spoiler to say that Tom Holland ends up dead in a ditch, but that doesn't happen, so it's not a spoiler.
Wait, what cut of the movie did I see? What are you talking about?
They're gonna do that thing where they release like different cuts for different movies, like Unfriended. That's the one, right? Unfriended. They did that.
Yeah. The second one, they did that, right? With the different endings. Interesting.
Yeah, we're fans of that
second one.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I did not like the second one. That second one put me down to the dumps.
It's like an evil film. It's like angry and terrifying.
It's mean. It's like kicking you in the balls and then letting you slide down the stairs, and then you get it's rough. It is fucked up.
I think that's why I liked it, because it totally committed on being like, no. These guys are gonna get fucked up. No one is walking away from this. And I was like, all right, fucking.
I don't know, but I like the first one because all those people were shitty, and then like you learn more about how shitty they were. So it's like, I don't feel bad. This is cool.
Not really.
But this one, I'm like, what? These people did they're just nice people, a nice couple who just got married. Like,
I think both those films are pretty underrated, frankly. Like I think
the first one.
Okay.
I like the first one a lot.
I think they, on some level, they understand our relationship to technology is like, it exposes us to like really dangerous shit, but it also connected friends to really dangerous shit. Anyways, we're not really dangerous
shit. To the worst night of their life.
Yeah, where everyone dies. That's also a spoiler. But that's fine. Unfriended 3 should be a Christmas film, by the way.
That would be cool. They should actually make it they should make one this year while people are social distancing and visiting their friends. Yeah. They should totally do that. I know it costs like $20 for Blumhouse. Yeah, they should totally do that.
Yeah. What was the one movie everyone was talking about last year? Some movie did that, and I didn't see it.
I forgot the name of it, but I had
it was
my end of the year 2020.
Yeah, it was on Shudder, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. It might have been, what is it called? A social distance? Or
no, it's called Host.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was only an hour too. It was an hour and 5 minutes.
Oh, that's perfect. Perfect for something like that. Perfect. Because like, you're staring at the same screen for a while. That's good, Even like the Blair Witch Project is only like an hour and 20. So
yeah. I mean, an hour for a Zoom movie. I wouldn't mind.
Searching's just pretty short.
Yeah.
Yeah, Searching. Yeah, that's a good.
I love Searching. Searching's one of my favorite movies of that year. Yeah.
Searching 3, A Christmas Story.
Searching for. There's only one Searching
2.
Yeah,
but they're working on a sequel right now. So with a different person. So
okay. Well, yeah, you don't want the Home Alone thing where
it's not happening to John Cho again.
Yeah.
Or the daughter searching for him this time.
It's Searching 3, Searching for Santa. There you go.
That'd be cool.
Thank you.
That'd be really
but we should talk about that. We should write that, and we should talk about Venom because this is a very Venom Christmas. We liked Venom too. Gene and I, we gave a positive response to it, and I was just like, yeah, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But it's a big movie about two bros who have trouble saying they love each other, and I appreciated that. Also, it was like 90 minutes long. I also appreciated that. The third film should be an adaptation of Max Payne 3 because now they're in a different setting, in a different environment. They have to sort of redeem themselves. And Eddie Brock is like if God spilled a human. And that's why this version of Eddie, he's like, whoops, I fucked this guy up. Moving on to the next one. Yeah. And that's why this version of Eddie Brock is my favorite. Because it's just a garbage dude. He's like a raccoon man who got superpowers.
Oh, appreciate his fallibility.
Yeah, and he looks like shit by the end of both movies. It's perfect.
And we all relate.
Yeah. Who among us? He's a freelance journalist. He has a shitty apartment with a shitty roommate. Everyone hates him. You know what? It's great. They're not great films, but he's great in them. Brandon, you shook your head. Why are you a heathen?
Damn.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm a turd in the wind who hates these movies. No, I didn't like the second one. I was actually hopeful for it because there are parts of the first one I liked a lot, especially the lobster scene. So I was ready for more of that. But for me, this was like, I don't know what Johnny Depp was and how like he got worse and worse in Captain Jack Sparrow. I like in the first time it's like this
really
is
like
funny.
that role.
And like you're a dramatic actor, but you're pretty funny. You could do this. And then in this one, I was like, no, this isn't funny. This is just weird, creepy.
Yeah.
And for me, like screen. I don't know if you guys watch Honest trailers anymore, but their Venom 2-1 was actually pretty good. And they had this little clip where it's like, think of how awkward it is for the people having a conversation with Eddie, how they can't hear Venom. And I loved it. And it's hilarious because like he's just like going like, shut up. I want that. I want that in the third movie. Like I want that a little more. Not that I don't like the Venom voice that Tom Hardy does. I think it's actually pretty good, but I would think that'd be pretty funny. I think that would add a lot more to the comedy to it.
Yeah,
I hope they watch the Honest trailer and they're like, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and Andy Serkis is. I mean, Andy Serkis. Well, you know, sure. Shout out to Andy Serkis because I thought he did a good job with the sequel. I want them to get different weird directors for each one, you know, and just keep getting like weirder. But also, yeah, go more into the comedy stuff of it. I think the action. It's never like sometimes it goes on a little long, but it tended to be like pretty different from like action scene to action scene, you know. Like it's not really why I go to those now. I'm just interested in seeing what Tom Hardy does, and for some reason, he's carved out his own niche in the genre to be like, no, this is my role. I'm gonna guide the ship on this franchise, where I talk to myself.
What
all
a
right, dude.
Yeah, what a legend.
Fucking, he's so good.
And he wrote it too, right? He wrote it.
Yeah, he co-wrote it. Like he's so passionate about it. What the hell? Like it's so weird.
It's every actor's dream. He gets to play two characters and he gets to talk to himself. That's every actor's dream.
You know, that's what my boy from Succession needs, Jeremy Strong. He needs to have a role where he could talk to himself. He was my vote for this new version of Two-Face, Harvey Dent. I don't think that's gonna happen. But no.
It could. Yeah. You never know. There's still time.
Apparently he turned down a role in the Batman, actually.
Well, I don't think Harvey Dent's in this movie.
True. So hey, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, it could be he turned it down because he was like, no, I want to be Harvey Dent.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, totally. And yeah, that's God, it's been so long since Gene and I recorded, and especially you and us, Brandon. That I was like, oh God, what have we like needed to catch up on? So like I didn't know you didn't like Venom 2 until this podcast.
I know, but like I love Andy Serkis, and I'm hopeful for the next one. And I think a Christmas movie, a Christmas Venom movie would actually be great for the third one. And then you can have it can make cool trailers. You can have a spooky Carol of the Bells with that music, and I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a very interesting sort of aesthetic to it. I'm gonna like go to Tom Hardy and pitch him that, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a retelling of a Christmas story that it could be.
Oh no, that's it.
Christmas tale.
Either like you do a Christmas story, or you do Home Alone but with Venom, and he's got to stop. Because remember the first movie, he's like fighting like cops and stuff like that. And like I don't like the first movie. I'm sorry. I know the internet has kind of reclaimed that one. Good for all of you. I'm good over here in my corner. But like maybe he should do that too, you know, because now he's on the run. So he's got to fight like SWAT team members again and stuff like that. Like, that's like a cool visual with Venom coming out of the smoke and like tossing people aside. So you do either like Home Alone, Die Hard, you know, some like real like, Lethal Weapon. There you go. There's a buddy action comedy, you know. There you go. That's
that'd be fun.
That's what I want.
And since like, you know, there are a couple now, and these past two movies they've been bickering. I kind of want to see them in the next one like working together. Like they can fight a little bit here and there because couples do that. You know, it's unrealistic for them not to from time to time, but like when they like, I want them to be like working together a little more.
I went to counseling.
Some couples counseling that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that we're talking about them. Well, here, go ahead. Sorry.
That can be the intro. No, it's fine. I keep interrupting you. That could be the intro for the movie. Is like them having a couples counseling scene, and we can't hear Venom, but we can hear Eddie just like going, "Stop!" And the guy's like, "This is just I can't do this."
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to say that like I love that we're talking about them like like a romantic couple, because they kind of like are, right?
Mhm.
And like, what's the biggest problem with like will they won't they's in film and television is that once they get together, it tends to be less interesting. And that's not because couples aren't interesting, it's because no one really like has a handle on how to make couple life interesting.
Mhm.
And it is, you're sharing your life with someone, so you just find something for both of them to do. It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I like what you said, Brandon. It's like they can bicker still, like no one's stopping like the chemistry. It's just have them be like totally in sync for the next one, because I like that they broke up in this one.
Mhm.
And I like Venom at the Rave, which is like, hell yeah, bro. LGBT rights, also immigrant rights, which is something that happens in the middle of this film, just dropped in the center of the Venom sequel. It's like, yeah, all like LGBT rights are human rights, and also we need to be better to immigrants.
Mhm.
What a strange film. It made over $300 million.
Mhm.
I'm glad it did.
Keeping the cinema alive.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of did.
And you know what else is? Well, actually, I don't know if it's keeping cinema alive. I think this is debatable. It's definitely keeping franchise stuff alive. Is Spider-Man No Way Home. I didn't see this. I'll let Gene and Brandon talk about it, but I will say, because I still have my bet going on, the only film from the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I've seen this year is Shang-Chi.
Mm-hmm.
It's got my boy Tony Leung in it, Michelle Yeoh. Also,
she's great.
Some chump starring in it who can't emote, but is pretty good during the action scenes. And Awkwafina, who I actually like, who doesn't need to be in this film, but I think she's a good actress. No one really prepared me for how little I'd like it, frankly. And don't worry, I'm gonna be super negative right now, but I feel like you're both about to be very positive, so we're gonna balance this out. Yeah, I thought Shang-Chi was really bad. I was really shocked at how bad I thought it was. It's not the worst Marvel movie. I think for me, it's still like Infinity War, Endgame, Civil War, Ant-Man and the Wasp is like aged terribly for me. Although I still like the first Ant-Man. I don't know. It felt like it was 5 different screenplays smashed into one. And I like the individual aspects of the Shang-Chi adventures, like the fight on the bus. Like, yeah, it's literally a scene from a Jackie Chan movie, down to the "I don't want any trouble" line. Like that's whatever. Like,
I will say,
if you're gonna rip off, you rip off from the best. So sorry, go ahead.
Wouldn't it be great if Jackie Chan's in the Shang-Chi sequel? Shang-Chi,
Yes.
Sure.
That would be awesome. No,
sure.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Yeah, it was awesome that Tony. Awesome. It was awesome that Tony Leung was in this one. He was in fucking Hard Boiled. Awesome. He was in Chungking Express. Like, he's a legend. He's and he doesn't slum it up in this. He's given like a really great performance for a character that just has nothing on the page. And then they go to the superhero fight ring, and I'm like, why the fuck isn't this the whole movie? This is so cool.
Yeah. Even though Wong and Abomination were clearly CGI'd in.
You can tell. That's the biggest.
Wong was? Really?
Well, he doesn't interact with Shang in that scene, if you watch.
Well, he does at the end, but like, really, he was.
Yeah, in that scene.
Filming it?
I don't think so. They don't interact with any of the other characters.
Interesting.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like they didn't actually watch the Abomination and Wong.
Oh no, I know the Abomination was not real.
No. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like I bet they didn't even know like that they were in the scene until they saw the movie at the premiere. Yeah. And like, because that's how like they kind of make those, and like it works sometimes and sometimes
we'll add it in later.
Yeah,
I was gonna say you weren't watching the Marvel shows either, huh, Diego?
No, I did my piece in WandaVision already. I saw the first 4, and then I was like, I'm good. But like I was just really excited by like some of the action stuff in Shang-Chi. Like the bus fight's like a good fight. I'm not crazy about the cutting. I think it's not that it's too much. I think it cuts like at odd times. And then like all the stuff in the bus is cool. And then he does the running on the side of the bus, also from the same Jackie Chan film. And it's like, why do you no it's like the worst CG they've ever done. Don't cut outside. It looks bad. Stick inside. Like they had it. That's what kills me and frustrates me.
Yeah.
It's like they fucking had it.
Yeah.
And then like as the movie goes on, I completely, it just washes over me with the digital slop. And I'm like, who are these two groups of people fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Yeoh is one of our greatest living actresses.
Yeah.
What is she talking about at any point? It gets
really
in any
undercutted.
Scene? Yeah. But I will say even the fight between Tony Leung and Simu is like in the finale with the magic rings and whatever. That's usually like the least interesting part in all these, right? It was good. It's a good fight. And then big dragons come out and I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but I like dragons. And then it ends and I was like, yeah, that was that was not good. But Benedict Wong, that dude should be the next Nick Fury. I think we need to retire Nick Fury because I don't think they know what to do with him anymore. Samuel L. Jackson's too good for this shit. But Benedict Wong fucking popping up in the middle of the movie and having a throwdown with the Abomination and then ending the movie with karaoke. Beautiful.
Amazing.
Wong movie. You're going to keep making 5 movies a year? Where's Wong?
Hey, he's in Spider-Man too.
Oh, best movie of the year then. There you go.
Now I agree with you on something.
Yeah, here. That was my negative exorcism. You both saw Spider-Man No Way Home. I will watch it next year, and then Matt and I will end our Spider-Man retrospective in January. By all means,
you don't have to wait till next year. Yeah.
That's true, but by all means, take it away. Me too.
Yeah. So, Brandon, how did you feel about Far From Home? Because that's kind of divisive around some people.
I'll start this with saying I love Shang-Chi. That was great.
Okay.
And, but then and now, No Way Home. I almost said Far From Home. Damn it. They're all this titles are too similar. No Way Home. I was a little nervous about it when I kept hearing all the news about like them bringing Electro in and then bringing Willem Dafoe in, and then all the possibilities of like are spoilers for are we doing spoilers? Oh wait,
yeah, spoilers. It's look,
this movie.
If you're watching this podcast, you need to understand that if we're going to talk about a movie, we're generally going to dive head first in the spoilers. If you want to give spoiler-free thoughts first, go ahead. But I want you to like just go nuts on it.
Okay. Well, I don't want to ruin it for you, even though even though you said that you already like read spoilers and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like it's Well, I'm pretty aware of like most things that happen in it. Although I will say, here you go. This is the last thing, and then I'll shut up for you two.
Sure.
I did not know about the final like ending bit. I found out about that last week, and I've been very vocal about like, I don't care about this movie. Sorry, even though some things sound kind of cool. And then I heard about this ending tidbit, and I thought that could be interesting. There you go. That's it. I that's all I have. So
okay,
I'll even turn off my camera. I'm gone. Okay. Farewell.
Right. So long, Diego.
A black cat. That's cute. Well, but I was nervous about it because of all the stuff they're adding, and then the trailers were coming out, and I was like, oh man, they're showing too much. Even though this looks rad, I'm like, man, they're showing way too much. And then I was just like, I don't know, worried about like, man, is this just going to be a cluster of? And it's not. This movie rules. I love it. It just like the way it opens and it's the talking heads, and like it's still Peter's story all the way through. And I didn't expect it to be that emotional. And it's Tom Holland's best performance, and and all the relationship stuff with him and MJ, and man, the third act, that's a once in a lifetime event. Like we might not ever see that again. And I was worried that like people like William Dafoe, who's a national treasure, I thought he was just gonna come at one point and go like, I'll see you, Spider-Man, and then dump the bomb and then run off. But no, like he was there. He was a big part of the story, and he should be, because Green Goblin that's Spider-Man's biggest villain. And man, that third act, so good. And when it was ending, I didn't want it to end. I wanted it to keep going, because I love being in that world. I love being in the MCU. There's no COVID in the MCU. I don't want to leave it. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And And yeah, man, like, and sorry, Diego, I'll say this: like, these movies are cinema. Not only are they cinema, they're keeping cinema alive. The people clapped, the audience, like, they cheered, they clapped, they cried. It was a community experience, and that's what the movies are about. And yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I mean, it was just great watching it with a crowd. I was watching it at the AMC Burbank, and people were clapping when certain characters arrived, when they on screen. The hype, it really felt like you were watching Endgame again, being in that sort of crowd. And this is a very crowd pleasing film, and I think it's just also I don't think it's the best Spider-Man movie, but it certainly is has a lot of merit to it in terms of how it deals with this character, because there is some course correction too, which I felt was kind of necessary after the last movie, where some of the aspects that they were taking the character kind of muddled a lot of what he stands for lack of a better word. They make him less Iron Man-esque, and it's cool that villains.
I think they said Tony Stark's name once in this whole movie.
Yeah, well, they say
I think that's And even though, like, I never had a problem with him being a Tony Stark fanboy, I actually thought that was necessary.
No, yeah, that
like. But like all the people I know, like including you and I have had this conversation about, like, these movies are about Iron Man, not about Spider-Man. And I don't know, it made me happy for the people who have been naysayers of that.
Yeah.
It was also a nice blend of both worlds for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was just the fact that 2 movies in, all the villains are affected by Tony Stark, and their cause of hatred for the rest of the world is caused by Tony as opposed to Peter. Feels a little I don't know, off center, I guess.
But I gotta come back now, because here's the thing. I have been very vocal about how much I think Far From Home is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in the theater. I think Homecoming still holds up as a really solid and balanced narrative of Spider-Man in the MCU. Like, there's elements, and I've talked about it on the retrospective. Go check it out, so I don't hog up their time, because they're making some really good points and exciting points. But, like, there's like Captain America has like educational videos, totally makes sense. Bruce Banner's like a kid that science nerds look up to, perfect. Like Tony Stark, like Peter being a fanboy of Tony Stark's not the problem.
Yeah,
it's when like the elements of the universe have to dictate, well, Spider-Man's really popular, so he needs to start being the face of the franchise. And it's like, no, Spider-Man fucking rocks because he's not the face of anything. Peter Parker's great because he's a dude who goes up against the odds and tends to lose, but keeps fighting anyways. It's not about like him leading the Avengers. And I'm sure that's what's going to happen at some point. And that's the wrong thing to do with Spider-Man.
I don't think he will. I think with the Sony contract with Disney, I don't think he will. I think he's not I don't think he's allowed to be the lead in Avengers movies, because
that would be, I would be shocked if that didn't happen. But who knows? Who knows? I've been wrong before. I was worried about Homecoming, and I was like, no, this is like this is one of the better Marvel movies still, I think. Even though John Watts is like, he doesn't have a visual staple, he's like a solid director.
Yeah, I think so. Clown, great. Cop Car.
Yeah, I like Clown. I love Cop Car. And even Far From Home, the action in Far From Home is like a huge step up from Homecoming, which is like the weakest part of that movie to me is the action. And Far From Home's
the best parts of Homecoming are when he's just a kid living the life and struggling to be Spider-Man. At that scene on the golf course where he shoots out a web, but there's no buildings. He's like, oh shit, and he has to run. I love that scene. That's like fun. That's like something you'd see in like an older Spider-Man movie, one of the good ones. So like, I don't know. Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to say that because it's like, I'm not coming from like, No, you're welcome to. I love you, man. You're welcome to be here.
Oh, thank you.
Even though, like, with the things you say make me put that Santa hat on and make me want to walk out. I love you, and I love that I'm on here. I love that, like, you. I love episodes and things where like people disagree.
Yeah, we've always
and disagree about movies because there's no stakes in it. That's the fun.
Yeah,
it's fictional.
Yeah, it's not real.
It's not politics. This is fun.
Yeah, exactly. If one of us were running for president, and they were like, but Far From Home's the best Spider-Man movie. I would like assassinate that person.
Yeah.
That's a joke. I wouldn't assassinate anyone. I feel like I need to start making these things clearer.
It's not in my top 10. But
okay, good. Yeah.
So if that helps.
Don't worry, it's at the bottom. It's at the bottom.
At the bottom for you? Really? More than like Incredible Hulk or
significantly.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, the Dark World has like really great production design in it for some reason. No idea what the fuck is up with that movie because it looks incredible. And then like that's it. That's it.
They have really good practical effects. I think that's one of the last Marvel movies where they used a lot more practical effects. At least that's what it seems like. Like there's a lot of makeup in that movie.
Yeah, and it looks so good. And then you just can't like really pay attention because nothing matters in that one.
No.
Which is too bad.
Yeah.
But I've heard
that movie.
Yeah, me too. I've heard really positive things about all the villain stuff in No Way Home, and not just from people that like unanimously love the MCU. Like I've heard people say like, no, they give like real performances, and that's what's really like intriguing me about it now.
Everyone shows up, man. Everyone's good in it. Yeah. Even Thomas Hayden Church, he's really good. His voice work is.
He's like really good in Spider-Man 3. I think people are like still kind of give that movie crap, but I think that movie's like way better than people give it credit for. It's not perfect. It's both too long and too short, but like people like give performances in that movie, and the action is some of the best Raimi's ever done. Like it is astounding what they pull off with the action in that movie.
I love Spider-Man 3. I love it.
Yes.
It's like it ages like fine wine. It gets better every year. It's the Spider-Man movie. Like I'd want to like. It's not my favorite by any means.
No, same.
Yeah, but it's like what Spider-Man movie do you want to watch right now when you're like crazy and I'm like I want the Spider-Man 3.
Oh fuck
yeah! I mean, I'm always down to
watch it.
Action
It's great.
Yeah.
No, I'm down to just talk about Spider-Man 3 for the rest of this.
It's just because it's fucking good. Like, like the big problem is that like, Eddie Brock is just evil Peter Parker, but the narrative is about how Peter Parker needs to see like the good and bad in everyone. And so that's like antithetical to the rest of the movie. It's a weird movie, but it's like, I don't know. Raimi should also do a musical because like the jazz number in that's like really good. It goes on too long.
He should.
And then it ends with spousal abuse.
Yeah.
Which is
kind of odd when you think about that.
And a very goofy looking shot of Tobey Maguire when he's doing the slap thing. I don't know if you've done a freeze frame on that, but that
Well, I'm a Spider-Man 3 defender, but that moment is like too much.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's a very real like trauma. So I think like okay.
And like that he
got it
does
already.
it in a public space, and that's the worst thing he does in the movie. And he makes out with a girl in front of Mary Jane, and not just in front of Mary Jane, but in front of the city of New York. And that's bad. But like that's the worst thing.
He's a jerk in that. He's a dick in that.
Yeah.
But still great. Still a solid Spider-Man.
Love
me some Spider-Man.
Yeah, and the black suit looks incredible. I wish Toby got a Christmas one for his Spider-Man, honestly. I feel like that would have been really special. No?
If you want to, I have a theory that this is all speculation. I know nothing. This is all because Sam Raimi is doing Doctor Strange 2. I think he might have a deal with Feige that if he does this movie, he can do Spider-Man 4.
If Raimi comes back for the next Marvel Spider-Man trilogy and Tom Holland, and they keep Tom Holland shackled in the basement,
that'd be cool.
I would.
No.
Well, look, I don't know if he's playing hardball or whatever. I'm a Tom Holland fan. Even though, again, like Far From Home, meet me in the octagon, motherfucker. But like I've been pro Tom Holland like since Homecoming, since Civil War, a movie that aged was like milk in the desert. But he's really good, and I think it's very telling that people are like really moved by his performance in this movie, and in this movie in general. That tells me that like it's probably one of the better ones. We will see. People have lied to me before, but like he's good, and I think with the right material, he can continue to like really showcase his abilities as an actor.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, his next film is Uncharted, so who knows what's going to happen there.
Yeah. Hey, he was good in that Netflix movie, right?
Oh, the devil all the time.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah. I think both him and Robert Pattinson. Oops, what did I just knock down? Doesn't matter. I think him and Robert Pattinson should team up some more with funky accents. Throw Tom Hardy in there. Give him an accent too. Just give everyone accents. And yeah,
love some accents.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Tom Holland is good. And if you had told me a couple years ago that I would want him and Tom Hardy to meet up in a movie and fight, or team up as Venom and Spidey, I would have been like, shut up, future Diego, you idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. And now I'm like, no, future Diego was right.
Yeah.
It is what I want to happen.
I don't.
Okay.
And Far From Home, the ending, like it's, I'll say this, somewhat spoilers, but Gene, I don't know about you, but that there was a scene in it with and I went, no, please, God, no. And then, oh, God. And then, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I mean, you can talk spoilers. Feel free to talk spoilers.
Something, but now we can do spoilers.
Yeah, because that I heard about that one for a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because since that was too much of a Tom, the Tom Hardy scene, that had me like, oh God, no. But then like when he was out, good, and then a little. Listen,
that's kind of.
Are you interested in that with the symbiote and the MCU?
I think so. It was kind of odd because those two after credit scenes. It's like this weird short story with Venom in these two movies where it's like this little short film and he's just traveling around the MCU getting drunk, and then he just goes back and leaves a little present, I guess. So
a little present. Ooh, that's a good tagline for.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of
a little present.
Yeah, I want to see the Tom Hardy Venom, but I don't know if that's gonna happen anymore. But maybe it'll be a variant of him. So
I think there could be another Eddie Brock in the MCU.
Yeah,
we just haven't met him yet. Or I'd like it if it's Flash Thompson.
Could be.
I'll say I love that these like this is why this version of Eddie Brock is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. It's because he's like, man, that was a crazy adventure I just went on. My life's upended. I gotta really determine who I'm gonna be for the rest of my life with my pal Venom on this beach. Let's go for a drink, pal. All right, let's go wait in this hotel room. Oh, whoa, I'm in a new universe. I don't know what to do now. I'm gonna go get fucking hammered and I'll figure out my next move after.
Relatable.
Oh, what? Oh, now I'm back in my universe. Like the dude has no control over his life whatsoever. It's the funniest fucking thing, like in any superhero movie. I love him so much. I hope his life just gets worse each movie. That's the arc I want him to go on. That's all I got. I just love that so much.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. I'd like it if he's homeless in the next one.
Yeah, he is. He can't. He also has no way home because he's a wanted fugitive. So
that's true.
Yeah, just take the title, Venom, No Way Home.
Or
don't explain. Yeah, don't explain a single thing. Venom the farmer.
Venom the farmer. That has a nice vibe to it.
Yeah.
Now, if Hawkeye could be a farmer, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of farmers in the it looks like not to do more spoilers. It looks like Scarlet Witch is a farmer. So
something like that
in the post-credit scene. Yeah. So a lot. Thanos is a farmer. A lot of MCU farming going on.
It's just anti-farm propaganda because Thanos, the evil warlord, is a farmer. Wanda held a town hostage and is now a farmer. The MCU wants you to love the military and to hate the working class.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't think they're actively trying to do that. They just accidentally do it. But
what's the
date? I'm sorry. How was my boy Alfred Molina?
He's awesome.
Excellent. Yeah. Let me some Alfred Molina, man. Out of all the villains, him and Dafoe just kill it.
Yeah, Dafoe shows up.
I think Dafoe. Really love this character, so it's cool to see him just back and enjoying something he loves doing. He just loves being Goblin.
Yeah, it's cool to see them interact because we've never had a scene where they're interacting before.
Mm-hmm.
So
they knew each other.
And Electro, I liked a lot in this. He did not feel like the same character at all, and that was okay with me. I liked this new take on the character. He was a lot like his character Baby Driver, and it was a welcome one. It was a weird new thing, but it was welcome.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Also, even for characters, I guess because of COVID and scheduling, or maybe they just weren't comfortable being back, but Lizard and Sandman, which are purely CGI characters, I thought even were done interesting.
Yeah, for Rise, what's the actor's name who plays
Rise of Fawn?
Lizard? Yeah, was that him at the end, or was that a shot from Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah, they reused footage from Spider-Man 3 for Sandman, and then for Lizard.
I recognize that. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Damn. Expensive.
They got very creative when you have limited resources.
I would have liked to see Tom Sadie Church get buff for this.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you say limited resources, and that's technically true because we all have limited resources with COVID. But let's not forget, these are the most expensive movies ever made. Like, this cost $300 million.
Yeah.
Like, let's not sugarcoat it here. These guys, if anyone has the resources, it's these guys.
Well, they could have did a Tarkin and just CGI'd Thomas Hayden Church's
I'm so glad they didn't do that. I'd rather reuse footage than do I hate CGI people. Yeah. CGI people, except in animated movies, it needs to stop.
Yeah, Disney's Star Wars films certainly didn't get help from any of that. So
yeah, no CGI people, no face swapping without people's consent. Maybe just stop in general. I don't really care if you have consent. Don't do it. It's weird.
Yeah.
All that shit's really fucked up. That feels like a future Spider-Man villain. That feels like a
chameleon.
Like, think of like back. Yeah, think of back like in Godfather 2. Think of like we had the technology that they would have just hired Marlon Brando and CGI'd him and made him look younger.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have that awesome performance from Robert De Niro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
then
that's so Vito Corleone. Yeah.
And then Marlon Brando would have been like, and also make me a flying donut.
He was
a flying donut and
he was a strange guy.
Lamb. Yeah. Didn't he eat when he live in Catalina, he'd eat a whole pig and then go on a walk and then have another eat whole pig.
Probably, I would believe that. Yeah, I would believe that. That dude was
strange.
That dude was a lot. Speaking of strange, so obviously we're all excited for Doctor Strange 2. I'm aware of the little teaser y'all got at the end there. Even I'm excited because my boy Sam Raimi's making another movie.
Mm-hmm.
How'd he do this time, Doctor Strange? Because he's had one movie to himself, and he's been sharing the spotlight ever since.
Yeah. It was interesting to see Strange back because he's no longer the Sorcerer Supreme, and he's kind of getting taken down a peg or two. But it's interesting him interacting off with Spider-Man, where he's almost kind of the anti-Iron Man, where a lot of adults, I guess in the series, kind of treat him like they want to mentor him, they want to help him out. And I think Doctor Strange doesn't really like him too much, doesn't like Spider-Man, or doesn't really care for him. I don't know if you got that impression, Brandon, but that's kind of what I kind of figured.
I think he likes him. He just doesn't respect him.
Yeah.
because he's a kid, and but I think he does have a soft spot for him, especially fighting with him in Infinity War. And he didn't fight like he wasn't like him and Tony, like they hated each other, but I think like he does have a soft spot for that kid. And I remember when the trailer came out and when it looked like he was just like, yeah, I'll help you out. I was like, I don't think Doctor Strange would do that. Like he would just like do this spell to make this kid happy. But in the context of this movie, I thought it was done way better.
Yeah.
And I love how Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme now. I think that's really cool. And now Strange is just kind of like in the shadow. And Strange is also still the guy who fucked up his hand because he was texting and driving. So like,
yeah,
so,
you should talk.
So like he exactly. He's still flawed and he still makes mistakes, and this was one of them.
Yeah,
and I love that scene in where they're going through the city in the other dimension. That was gorgeous. I think that actually looks better than the first Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah. That was a really fun sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got to be honest, that was definitely one of the things that I was not looking forward to when I first heard about the movie, because it was like, oh yeah, Doctor Strange is going to be in it, because every MCU Spider-Man needs to have like an Avengers level like hero in it,
like
which is something they
Far From Home.
Yeah, and it's like, why the like that's a fun idea. There's fun ideas in Far From Home where it's like Spider-Man in Europe. It's like, yeah, that would be great if he was like spending a semester abroad, not a rich high school kid. It's weird that Spider-Man has those things access to him now. But like, I don't know, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, like they live in New York. It makes sense that they bump into each other, but it wasn't something I was looking forward to. And I'll never forget, it was like back-to-back days, and they're like, Doctor Strange is in Spider-Man 3, Electro's in Spider-Man 3, the Lizard, and I was like, kill me.
Yeah.
Kill me.
Yeah. No, that was me too. All this stuff, I was like, this is too much. And I heard Tom Holland in an interview say that like that this movie was going to be just pitched as a Doctor Strange Spider-Man team up movie and all the trailers and stuff. Like they weren't going to show any of the villains. And imagine how amazing that would be if like nothing leaked, nothing got out.
That would never happen though.
You're there opening night and then Alfred Molina pops up. Imagine how awesome that would have been.
I don't think that would ever
just Men in Black ourselves with the little chips. Yeah. Like, sorry, and then go walk into the movie.
I don't think that would ever happen though in any world though.
I think
in our world it's just everything gets out.
Yeah, and like this isn't like I don't begrudge anyone from engaging this, because I definitely have to, but like the idea that like, oh, don't spoil any of the surprises. If you've been on the internet in the last year and a half, you already know the surprises. Everyone knew that Toby and Andrew were coming back.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like it was a thing of like you think you know, but really you don't know until you see it.
Yeah.
I kept telling myself they weren't in it. So then when it happened, I was jumping up and down.
All right.
I'm not an asshole in the theater.
Okay. I think it's fine to get excited about it. You know, like you're saying, like you think these movies are cinema, and I think they could be. Like the best ones I would definitely argue are like real movies when they make them. Like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are like the loves of my life from this franchise. They're my true loves from this bundle of fuck. But like I think it's very obvious. You know, like I think Denis Villeneuve said like they're cut and paste, they're copy and paste. And like he's not talking about like the story. He's talking about like the filmmaking techniques, which he is right. Ben Davis shoots like half these movies now.
Yeah.
They use the same CGI teams. They color grade the same exact way because it's easier to reshoot.
Yeah, the color grading has been really bothering me, kind of thinking about it a little bit more. And
and like really... you know, like I just saw Pig yesterday. Incredible movie, so gut-wrenchingly sad. I think it kind of looks like shit, but like it's so good it doesn't matter. You know, and so like I think there's different levels of nuance we can talk about with these movies. You know, and I really like what Stellan Skarsgård said about these movies. He's like, superhero movies have their place. He's been in Thor's and Avengers movies. Also, it's probably bad for movies that just a handful of people get to make movies however they want, and no one really has access to the resources.
Yeah.
No one made him trend for weeks at a time for his very nuanced take. People just wanted to see like people downplaying certain types of movies or hyping up certain types of movies. That's the right attitude to have. We need to have conversations about how no, they literally make these movies the exact same way, and that's bad. You can have like very talented artists coming in and doing something with them. Like I hope Chloe Zhao did. I haven't seen it yet. The very mixed response tells me that I'll probably have a mixed response to it. But you know, like there's nothing inherent.
I'm so curious to see your take on Eternals.
Yeah.
So curious.
The only person who told me I'd like it was Macaringo. So we will see.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's a good recommendation.
So I don't know. But, okay. I like his voice.
Okay. It's a nice voice.
I've never met him in person either. So
really?
We're on the we're on opposite sides of the coast. So
wow.
Yeah, no, we just shoot the shit online together. But we need to have different types of conversations about these movies. I don't care if you like Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. I don't care if Iron Man makes you cry. I'm glad he's dead, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that it's bad that the movies are getting made the way they are, and it doesn't look like that's changing anytime soon. The movies themselves are not the problem. That's my rant. Also, Far From Home is really that bad. You are all way too nice to it. There you go. That's the end of my rant.
Yeah.
It was something to see, your rant.
Yeah.
You
saw it twice. You saw it twice, Diego. So.
Oh, okay.
Far From Home, you saw it twice?
Yeah, unfortunately. So it's like I went
theaters?
In theaters, yeah. The same day. Here's why. I went with some friends.
How the hell did that happen to you?
I went with some other
you went
friends.
With me the second time.
Because we were supposed to see Midsummer. Yeah. And then they're like, we missed our showing. You want to watch Far From Home? And I was like, not really, but I like hanging out with you because you're one of my best buds. So let's do it.
Thank you.
That's sweet. Yeah. That's
and then I just remember being in the theater like, man, there's nothing. Nothing matters anymore.
Yeah.
Started having like an existential crisis, and I was like, fuck. These fucking movies. But again, you know, like if they weren't the only big movies being like made that occupied theaters, it wouldn't even be like an important discussion. Yeah. Unfortunately, they are. So now it is an important discussion. So I'm sorry, everyone. But anyways, and any other final thoughts from No Way Home for the two of you? We can go back to Christmas movies.
No. I think that was the only thing on my mind.
I'm excited for you to see it, Diego, and I wish that you didn't know much about it so you could, I don't know, discover it yourself. And even if you don't like it, that's fine. But I hope you do get some enjoyment out of it, and yeah, because I definitely did. It's my favorite movie of the year.
Interesting. There's totally nothing wrong with like people seem to have this weird response to people getting like very excited in the movie theater. I think that's like why you go to the blockbusters. You know, I don't want every movie to give me that reaction, but if I'm going to watch like fucking like, this is how I knew like I hated Avengers Endgame, is when like the audience wasn't really getting into it, and even I wasn't, and I was like, nah, there's nothing for me here anymore. But then I rewatched like The Matrix for the retrospective that we're doing. Link down below. And like I hadn't seen The Matrix in forever, and the version I watched was the new 4K with like the theatrical color correction release, so it's not all green, only the sequels are, right? And there's still like the green tint in some scenes of The Matrix, but it was so clean and so like precise in its detail that it felt like watching it for the first time again. You know, I just kind of caught myself like like my jaw like on the floor. I was like, holy fuck, no, The Matrix is that bitch. The Matrix is that fucking movie. So you know, like just because you know what's coming doesn't always mean like you can't get excited. You know, I've seen Die Hard like 100 times, and that movie's still hype as fuck. So
still such such a fun movie to watch on Christmas Eve every year.
I saw it at a theater. Yeah, Die Hard.
Yeah, New Beverly, Christmas Eve.
Always sells out.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, unfortunately, my family likes to get together, and even worse, I like seeing them a lot.
Mhm.
So, and I help cook and all that jazz. So I will not be able to watch.
You clean.
Yeah, I do that shit. I also make turkey now. That's what the pandemic's done for me. It turns out I like turkey. I don't like when other people make it. And that sounds very pretentious. But have you ever had dry turkey? It's not good.
No.
It just sounds like you're very confident. Like I'm excited to try your turkey now.
Oh yeah, I'll start going on TikTok. I will make a turkey recipe for everyone. I won't go on TikTok, but I will live tweet my turkey experience again. I did it last year. I gotta find the Twitter thread. But speaking of Christmas turkeys, what other movies do we want to have Christmas sequels? Because like superhero movies, there's Shazam, Batman Returns, Iron Man 3. Like those are like not just set at Christmas, but they're also kind of about Christmas. Even Batman Returns,
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that's a Christmas movie. A little bit.
Spider-Verse is an incredible film. Untouchable. I don't know how much Christmas carries into the story, and that's fine.
It's about family.
It's a little bit. I don't know. I think it's a movie about discovering your own worth and potential, and that no one can really tell you who you are except for yourself. You have to discover who you are. That's why it's such a moving experience, even with. Like you described that movie to me on paper, and I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. Don't you dare make that movie. That sounds like a piece of shit. Then you watch it, and it's like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah,
so
I love that movie.
With Peter Porker, a Spider Pig. What are you doing? I don't want to see that. Awesome. You're not going to have any sort of tangible relationship with 6 different Spider-Men that you've never met before. That's stupid. You're clearly just doing this to sell toys. And then I watch it and I'm like in tears and shit. So yeah, I don't know. It's a great movie. I would argue against the Christmas element though. So
okay.
I don't know. I mean, Spider-Man's like the guy to have a movie set at Christmas, like straight up. A little shocking they haven't yet. I guess they don't want to do like they don't want to pay for like the snow settings and stuff because it's New York. It has to be snowy,
There was snow in this one.
Yeah. There's snow.
But like a whole movie, you would have to set a whole movie in like a snowy to me that doesn't sound that expensive. But like maybe they don't want to like keep track of all that, because like the thing with snow is when you're filming in snow, you can't just go back for a take. You have to like, all right, reset the snow. Because if you see the footprints, it's like gonna fuck it up and stuff. Although they could do that in computers and stuff. I don't know. I'm just very upset they haven't made a Spider-Man Christmas story yet.
Yeah.
Like Iron Man had one. How did that happen?
That's true.
I mean, I guess
it's set in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles, it doesn't snow.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
But there's snow in that one part. Yeah, when he goes to the other state, I forgot where he is.
Middle America.
I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's a really good movie. That's like top 3 Marvel for me. Yeah.
It's 15 for me.
So the last time we did rankings, it was for Endgame, and you were like gonna bludgeon me to death because I put Iron Man 2 above the last 2 Avengers movies.
You did, yeah. I'm just shocked, and I still am, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but they're so bad. But where do these ones from this year fall for you? And I promise we won't spend all our time talking about Marvel, but I've noticed that this year seems to be pretty divisive for people.
For me, all the movies this year are not in my top 10 except for No Way Home. I don't know where No Way Home ranks, but it's definitely in my top 10 or 5.
Yeah, I would say No Way Home was probably the best Marvel movie of this year.
Yeah, for me, the ranking of this year is No Way Home, Shang-Chi, Black Widow, then Eternals. Eternals.
Yeah.
Did I miss any of them? No, I think I got all of them.
Unless the movies
all
count.
The shows.
Which they don't.
The shows?
Yeah. I mean,
I
the shows count as movies.
Do you guys count like miniseries as movies on like Letterboxd and stuff?
Oh, he does.
I do, just because like I use it to recommend things. So like if I made a list like on like an actual publication, like if I was still like vying for like film criticism and like I was writing for like Variety, I wouldn't put a miniseries on there. But like it's available to log, and I just kind of use that for recommendations. Yeah. You know, so that's why I do it. Not so much because I don't even think there's like a really healthy debate to be had. They're like, are they films or are they TV? I don't know. Was it shown on a film screen? Was it shown on television? I don't give a shit. You know, like whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. But anyways, I just use it just because it's like I saw Underground Railroad this year, masterpiece. Not a lot of people talked about it, but you should watch it. So I logged it on Letterboxd.
Cool.
You know.
Okay.
Also, that might still be straight up like the best thing I've seen all year. That is the deeply moving. That's a deeply moving series. Barry Jenkins is like a god. He might be.
Is that who it is?
Yeah, Barry Jenkins might literally be the Lord. So.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast with him and Adam McKay. It was very spirited to listen to them together.
That was interesting.
Yeah, the boys.
Hope he does something cool with Lion King.
Lion King 2.
If he can do anything cool with it. Oh.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, remember the original Lion King had that straight to DVD sequel. That's actually like not bad. It's just like a straight to DVD sequel, and like it was Romeo and Juliet because Lion King's Hamlet. Yeah. I would like to see him do like Macbeth or something with like his Lion King prequel, like keep it in the Shakespeare realm, you know?
That'd be sick. Yeah.
Apparently
it's about Mufasa and Scar when they're young, so they could do something like maybe like with their dad or something.
Hell yeah, that would be super cool. Oh my god, now I'm getting all excited for a movie that will probably be fine. Yeah, and that's nothing against Barry Jenkins. It's just
it'll be better than the remake we just had.
Yeah, sure. Which I still have not seen, by the way.
Yeah, you're not missing too much.
Yeah, it's like I cut out the Marvel stuff from my diet, and now beforehand I had cut out the Disney remakes because it was just like I kind of you know what you're getting with them. You know?
We're not like getting. I feel like we're not getting as much of them right now. I mean,
yeah, I feel like they slowed down.
Yeah,
like
which is
Cruella came out this year, and that was like it, right?
Yeah, that was it. And Mulan came out the year before, but like Mulan like didn't. It also came out during the pandemic, so it did nothing for them. So I think, and a lot of them are just going straight to Disney Plus. Like the Pinocchio remake is going straight to Disney Plus, and
really
keep them all there.
Yeah, Peter and Wendy, the Peter Pan, that's going straight to Disney Plus.
Oh really? Oh no, that one I'm actually looking forward
to. Lowry,
because that's the Green Knight guy, and
David Lowry.
What else did he do? Yeah, and Pete's Dragon. Yeah,
Pete's Dragons.
Yeah, he's a great.
He's so good. Yeah, I think that's like it's that and Cinderella that are like my favorites, and then the rest I'm like I don't care.
More than Jungle Book.
Oh, I like Jungle Book. You know, I just see Jungle that's the thing. I kind of forget about it.
Yeah, Jungle Book I love. So that's definitely my favorite. That was the one I was like, okay, maybe these aren't such a bad idea. And then the more I like, okay.
Yeah. And then reality hits, and you're like, oh no, I've been bamboozled.
It's like, okay, I'll take more. Oh no, wait, no, not this much more.
You know what? Like, if they keep like remaking them, at least like do something different. You know, like again, I haven't seen Cruella. I have no interest. Sorry, Emma Stone. But like at least it was like about not 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah,
like, at least they told a different. At least they were a little more creative with it. Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah. So the Cruella sequel now has to be set at Christmas.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Oh man. So you're going into going into that.
I like that. Well, I like this version of Cruella that she's not a trophy hunting Dalmatian killing monster. Yeah. That she's just a fashion crazy woman. I like that. I would like that if it was set at Christmas. Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm down.
Like, as you can all tell, listeners and viewers, that we are clearly straining to tie things to Christmas. So I think we're gonna start. I think we're gonna start wrapping up soon. But any
Christmas.
A very Cruella Christmas, and then that'll lead to the crossover with the Venom Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
I'm down.
I want a John Woo film set at Christmas. I've been rewatching a lot of like Hong Kong action cinema, so like the cinema of like John Woo and Chui Hark, and man, you can do so much even without having like a huge budget. And if we stopped paying certain actors tens of millions of dollars, you can do so much.
Yeah,
it's just so cool. Like cinema is so like expansive, and you can do so much with it that we don't need to put up with garbage. Just remember that. Not that there's only garbage. I think this has actually been a great year for movies. Like a great year.
Well, it's also been a lot of movies from last year coming.
Yes.
So.
Also, yes. Also, yes. Gene and I have been talking recently. We're like, yeah, movies from like the first half of the year, there's some good stuff here and there. And now I'm like, I gotta see fucking so much, and the year's up in like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Catch up on all the films.
Yeah. So Gene and I will be doing a rundown of our favorites before the end of the year.
Cool.
We'll do. Yeah. Anyone's got any recommendations for us? Let us know at our Twitter handles, and we'll be asking people for input on what their favorites were, so we can shout stuff out, and we can continue the discussion about whether or not you should put miniseries on your letterbox lists.
Yes,
that is a fun.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us, man. Any final thoughts you have? Any movies you want to shout out before we let you go?
My pleasure. No, thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh, dude. Yeah, thank you for being on.
Yeah, and I guess if I had to shout out something, if you haven't seen Tick Tick Boom, watch that on Netflix.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I'm trying to now.
It's excellent. It's Andrew Garfield. That son of a bitch can sing. He is so good. And and this is the year of Andrew Garfield. Holy shit. Yeah.
I love Andrew Garfield.
Me too. I do too.
Yeah.
He's up there with one of my favorite actors, and the fact that he can sing, and I forget he's British half the time.
Yeah, he's very good.
He had to put up with all those awful interviews where they just keep asking him, "Are you in Spider-Man?"
Turns out he was.
But like, I feel bad for him that he had to keep going. I want to talk about this movie, Tick Tick Boom, please. Why are you watching this?
And see, that's another fucking problem with these movies, is that like, dude, they all know. Just let them say it, so they can talk about what's really important and what they're promoting too. Like, I'm assuming they get to play characters at some point, so like, let them talk about that even.
They gotta get those clicks, but still.
I know it sucks. It sucks. But Brandon, thank you so much again, sincerely, man. It's great to have you on. We love you. Hopefully, we'll see you in person soon. Omicron, who knows? Knock on wood. And where can the people find you online?
They can find me at Instagram at BSwaffs, and on Twitter too there. And they can also find me on YouTube, Be My Rules. And check me out on Letterboxd at BSwaffs.
Yeah, you know what? I'll start adding our Letterboxd to the descriptions. Totally.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, fuck it. I ship post on there. I just what the fuck did I just rewatch? I just rewatched Domino, and I logged it last night.
Nice.
Nice. That's a good movie.
Yeah, Tony Scott's Domino. That's insane that's legally a biopic. That's a biographical picture. None of that is true, but it is. Anyways,
all the movies, man.
Bohemian Rhapsody is not true, but that's a biopic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's boy. Remember that fucking movie?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm trying to end my high note. And Brandon's like, remember that dog shit?
Oh, my bad.
No, it's fine. I'm just kidding. No, it's very funny. But Gene, where can people find you being funny on the internet?
Yes, you could find me on Twitter and Instagram, Gene9892. A little more funnier on Twitter and Instagram, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah, and you can find me at Twitter at the Diego Crespo. Check out the Waffle Press on Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and Patreon. You can get early access to some stuff. The Matrix retrospectives are happening now. You can go listen to the first one. We're kind of going like off the cuff with those, so there's nothing early on that. I apologize. If you're curious about my best of the year list, though, it'll be up there a little earlier. And then we're gonna try to start stacking up some episodes for the patrons because we miss doing this, so we'd like to have more guests, interviews, etc. And so given our work schedules and life schedules, we're going to try to accommodate that so we can do this more often. And we'll see about spicing this up a little bit. Gene went to LA Comic-Con also. Plug for that. Go check out that episode for Serving Up Comics. I genuinely got FOMO for like not going this year. Although with the Omicron spread, I'm probably okay now. I'll be okay until the next one next year. So everyone get vaccinated and shit so we can have another Waffle Press panel.
Yeah.
Where I just yell at the nerds. No, the Comic-Con panels are always fun. So I'm looking forward to doing more of that. But thanks everyone for listening. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas. We've been professionally unprofessional.
All right. You guys want to take the photo?
Yeah.